Right, we are getting ready to go. Right, ready up. Just waiting for everybody to get into the session. And the two Tauruses are the first people to leave. Mercedes out on track together. Let's go for the first flying lap. with Anthony Waddington. Coming around the final turn now, we'll see what Anthony Waddington can put in for his first lap. Anthony Waddington does a 1 minute 17, which is quickly beaten by the sister Toro Rosso of Ultimate Arrow for 116. So the top 5 rundown at the minute will do Mercedes in first with 116 flat. Got Ultimate Arrow with a 116.2, EK Sam with a 116.4 in the Haas. We've got the other Mercedes with a 1 minute 16.4 as Callum goes fastest and then soon beaten by his teammate, 115.792. Got Michael Booker coming around to complete a lap. He goes P10 with a 117.6. On board with the Alfa Romeo of Rivik. Still yet to put a time in, but this is his flyer, so see what he can do. Comes around the final bend to go P10 with a 117.4. Got EK Sam that went 5th with a 1:16.4. Ferraris are the first cars into the 15s. Still get 5 cars yet to put a time in. Both Williams included in that. Got Gareth that is 1:18.5, which I don't think is going to be enough. Sat in P16 currently. Looks like Gareth's going to have to go again to try and get out of Q1 and into Q2. Okay, so the top 5 rundown is CP Dillard. We've got PK Callum on 2nd, making it a Ferrari 1-2 in Q1. We've got Dean, Ultimate Arrow, and EK Sam. That rounds off the top 5 for now, but we've still got 8 minutes of Q1 to go. As Rusty Clown goes 11th with a 1:17.4. Got the other Red Bull of Captain Crunch on a 1:17.6 right on the brim of Q1, which should go again just to be safe. Got both Williams out on track now, both on in-laps or out-laps. George Klatzer down in P20 though, yet to set a time. Got a late, got a yellow flag in sector 1. As Williams just gets out of the way. As we've got Michael Booker coming out because he obviously doesn't feel like he is safe. Currently sat in 14th for a 1:17.613. Got a bunch of people coming out now that are in past the top 10 as George Klatzer goes 9th with a 1:16.9, making both Renaults safe for the time being. Got yellow flag in sector 1. Got Joe Newman in 8th though, showing what the Racing Point can do. With a 1:16.9. Nearly called it a Force India, it's fine. as Michael Booker starts his first flying lap on a fresh set of tyres. The yellow flag in sector 2 as the Red Bull is off at the S's of Captain Crunch in P16. Currently looking to get himself into Q2, but won't be like that. As Michael pits, which is a weird one. Captain Crunch goes for his flying lap, got a yellow flag. Sector 1 and 2. I think that was just the Renault of Nado Dan getting out of the way. Currently none of the top 9 are out on track, so they obviously feel that they're safe. Got yellow flags in sector 1 and 2 again. Telfie goes 8th in the Red Bull. We've got Michael Booker coming out again, the third time in Q1s. Let's see if we can make it to Q2, as we've got a yellow flag for some reason. That'll be the Williams getting out of the way. Got a yellow flag in sector 3 for some reason. Yellow flag in sector 2 again. Most probably just cars getting out of the way of each other, trying not to trip over each other. As we have got a train of cars in sector 3. See if Gareth can improve. Which he can not. Let's go on board with Michael. More yellow flags for people just moving out of the way. Right, Michael Booker into turn 1. Jumps curb a little bit but clean. Is he going to continue with it? Yes, he is. Way towards sector 2. Got the Williams that's currently in 18th, 181. See if he can improve. But at the moment is going a little bit slower. See if the Williams can improve. Nope, still in P18. See what Michael Booker can do. Going for the last 10 and hits the wall. Don't think this. And he goes 16th, so he improves. one position to jump the Red Bull of Capping Crunch in P17. Got yellow flags all over the place as usual. It's the Renault about to set for a flyer or come back into the pits. We've got Anthony Waddington coming out again. Or just making sure he's safe, which he should be unless we see some very quick laps. On board with Revic through the final sector, currently sat on the final position to get to Q2. Just see what he can do, see if he can improve. And he goes P8, very last minute effort for Revic, but he goes P8 in the Alpha. We have got George Klatzer on a flying lap currently in P12 in the Renault. Got Anthony Waddington coming in, obviously feels safe, along with, and that's going to be Michael Booker's qualifying over. Doesn't make it to Q2, same with the Red Bull. Captain Crunch. Got the Williams on one last attempt, but it's not going to be enough, so that's P18 for the Williams. Gareth is in P19 and Kenzie P20, so that is your running order for Q2 currently. The bottom 5 aren't going to improve at this moment, as they're either in the pits or in an in-lap. Come across the line with the Williams, which he won't improve, and that is it. Revic with a very impressive last ditch attempt to go P9 in the Alpha. Okay, so your top 5 are C. Padilla, PK Callum, Dean, Ultimate Arrow and EK Sam. Fastest lap of the session was C. Padilla with a 1:15.792. As we wait for Q2. And the timer for Q2 has started. See who's the first to come out the pit. First person out is the Toro Rosso of Ultimate Arrow, closely followed by, I think that was a Haas, of EK Sam, then followed by the Mercedes of Snake. Alpha with Revit coming out on mediums, that is. So we have Revit on mediums, Callum on mediums, Dean on mediums, Rubbernecker and the McLaren on mediums, GK Phantom on mediums, EK Sam on mediums. So it's a pretty mixed grid, half of the people are on mediums, half on softs at the moment. Okay, so we've got Ultimate Arrow on his first flying lap. See what he can do in the Toro Rosso. In his bid to get to Q3, opting to start on the softs at the moment. See what Ultimate Arrow comes across the line to do. Do a 1 minute 16.3 on the softs. With Sam closely followed on the mediums, 1.2 seconds slower, 1:17.5. We've got Callum about to come across the line as the Mercedes goes pole with 1:15.8. Callum goes 1:16.5 and 2/10 slower than Ultimate Arrow on the mediums. Callum's flying here. We've got Dean with a 1:17 flat, EK Sam 17.5. We've got the McLaren of GK Phantom with 1:17.6, Revit with 1:18.3, and Telford with 1:18.4. See what Dan can do as he starts his flying up. Anthony Waddington currently on his flying lap, encountering a bit of traffic. See what Anthony Waddington can do here on the medium. Like one of the faster people as well. It's a 58.62, which isn't bad. Comes across the line to do a 1:17.8, which is good for P8. See who else we've got ready to come across the line. Nada down on soft. There's a 57 as a final sector, so he's looking good for a P8 or downwards on the tables. We've got a yellow flag. Just traffic as usual. See what Dan can do. Goes P5 with a 1:16.9 in the Renault. Got yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 3, which is just traffic again. Got the McLaren of Rubbernecker currently coming out of the pits. Got the Haas of Krusty Clown on a flying lap. And Telfy retires from the session. must have been some sort of accident or connection issue because goal didn't catch it. Still got Sector 2 and Sector 3 yellow flags, so... Ride on board with George Platzer as he goes through. Ultimate Arrow though currently sat in P3 in the Toro Rosso, very impressive. George jumps into the pits. Still yet to settle up, we've got Joe Newman and Rubbernecker. As Rubbernecker starts flying up. Current top three are Snake, C, Padilla in the Ferrari, and Ultimate Arrow in the Toro Rosso, with Callum in fourth on the mediums, the fastest of the medium runners so far, with Nardo Dan only 4 tenths behind, with a 116.9, and Dean only a tenth off of Nardo medium tyre. Joe Newman goes 6th with a 116.9, only about 100th away from Nardo Dan. See what Rubbernecker can do coming through, the only person yet to set a time in this session. And it goes P12, no, P11, 117.5, only a tenth and a half quicker than his teammate, and not in the top 10. See who else we got out on track. Joe Newman's still out on track, see if he sets up for another flyer or not. No, he's going to come into the pits. So Rubbernecker is the only person out on track at the moment. Joe just coming into the pits. And he's going to come into the pits. That makes everybody in the pits at the moment with 5 minutes to go. So we've got nobody out on track at the moment. So your top 5 at the minute are Snake, C Padilla, Ultimate Arrow, PK Callum and Nardo Dan. Joe Newman in 6th, Dean in 7th, George Klatzer in 8th, Krusty Clown in 9th, and UK Sam rounds out the top 10 in the Haas. Who was that just leaving the pit lane? It was George Klatzer to get some free Got a yellow flag in sector 1 as there's some more people coming out. We've got the McLaren coming back out on the soft compound tyre to try and give a last ditch attempt to get to Q3. PK Callum out again on the soft compound tyre. Got yellow flag sector 1 and 2. But let's see what the Renault of George Klatzer can do, setting up for a flying lap. Getting really close to the wall on exit was the last turn. We've got a Toro Rosso that just came out of the pits, so it's going to get out of the way. Got a yellow flag in sector 3, that should just be backing up. We've got GK Phantom rolling very slow, with the Renault and the Haas behind him. Don't know what's happened there, but it's a little bit strange. We'll go back to George Klatzer. Ooh, getting a bit skittish on the exit with George. Gonna run into traffic in the final sector though with the Haas backing up and the McLaren. Doesn't compromise his line at all, which is a good thing. For the final turn. See if George Klatzer can improve. He goes P4 with a 116.3. Got Callum on a flying lap on the soft compounder tyre, so he's come back out from the mediums again, even though he would be safe probably. See what Callum can do for the final sector. Very clean and tidy so far. Let's see if Mr. PK Callum himself can improve. Oh no, he'll come into pit in P6. Probably had a change of heart with the light to start the race on the medium compound tyre. We've got the Haas of Krusty Khan coming in. So we've got the McLaren of GK Phantom currently in P12 coming through. Let's see what the McLaren can do, see if we can get into Q3. Oh, and we've got Dean is not in the session anymore. He must have retired with a crash or something of that nature. We've got yellow flags everywhere as the track's just become a bus stop for people for some reason. As GK Phantom goes 7th with a 116.4, getting that McLaren into Q3. Joe Newman's still in the pit box, so that should be it for his qualifying. We'll see what the Alpha of Rivik can do. Been looking very quick in Q1, see if we can keep it up in Q2. 57.2 in sector 2, which is quite a quick sector 2, so we'll see if we can get out of the bottom 5. Coming around the final turn, where is Rivik gonna go? He goes P10 with a 116.8 right on the cusp, pushing Nardo down to P11. See if Nardo Dan can improve. No, he goes into the pit, so that's it for Nardo Dan. GK Phantom about to come back into the pits, I presume. Yeah. The only person that's out is Rivik, but he might only just have time for one more run. don't think so. So your top 5 are Snake in the Mercedes, C. Padilla in the Ferrari, EK Sam third in the Haas, 4th for Ultimate Arrow in the Toro Rosso, and 5th for Palazzo with a 116.3. So your bottom 5 that didn't make it through were Nadodan, Dean, Krusty Clown, and Telfie. Fastest time of Q2 was Snake with a 1:15.831. Just wait for Q3. Surprisingly, we've got both Toro and both the McLarens through to Q3, along with the Renault of George Clarkson. And Q3 is underway. As we have the Toro Rosso and the Mercedes coming down the pit lane. Got Ultimate Arrow, first one out again, I assume, with both Ferraris following close together, a bit of a tow method maybe? We got the Alfa Romeo of Rivet coming out, closely followed by the McLaren of GK Phantom. Only people still in the pits are Anthony Waddington and George Clarkson. Okay, let's see what Ultimate Arrow can do on his first flying lap. Down to turn 1 at the top of 8th gear. Braking at around 205 to 208 miles per hour. Through the first DRS zone. Is the Renault going to get out of the way? Yes. Let's see what Ultimate Arrow can do. He's been looking quick in this Toro Rosso all week. Into Q2, round the S's. Very tidy, using all the track that he's paid for. Into the third section of the track and final. Round the last corner, where is Ultimate Arrow going to go on his first flying lap? 1:15.8, which was, if I recall, the fastest lap of the last session. So that is a very fast first lap. But PK Callum says no, that's not, with a 1:15.2. Closely followed by his teammate C. Padilla with a 1:15.3. got yellow flag in sector 1 somewhere as Revit comes round. Does a 116.9, which I don't think is going to be enough for a top 5 place. As Rubbernecker goes 4th with a 116.7. Oh, as Revit is fully off the track there. What is he doing? Takes out one of the DRS signs on his way. Because, yeah, why not? Don't really know that was from Revit, but I think that's taking getting out of the way to a bit of an extreme, but fair enough. EK Sam goes 4th with a 116 flat, followed by George Klatzer with a 116.5. Anthony Waddington is still in the pits as the Mercedes of Snake is out on his first flying lap, which we'll ride on board with. He had a bit of a messy corner there, so I don't know if he's going to carry on, which he is. Using all the track once again. Down to 4th gear for the final sector, all the way down to 2nd. 3rd, 4th, back down to 3rd for the final corner, full throttle. And he goes, and he's on pole with a 115.2, only about 0.06 of a second faster than Callum, which is nothing. Callum's still in the pit. Don't know if he's going to reply to that, but he might do in a little while. Anthony Waddington on an outlap. Got the McLaren on an outlap. And that's it. And here comes the Ferrari of CL Padilla. Straight out the pits after the Mercedes set the fastest lap. No hesitation to respond. See if anyone out on track. Ultimate Arrow's out on track once again, setting up for another lap. Ultimate Arrow comes in the pits as it's raining on track. We've got rain. Got rain on the halo. So don't think anyone else is going to be able to improve if it gets too bad. Got yellow flag in sector 2 as the Haas just decides to go straight on, because why not? See how bad the rain is on board with George Klatzer, see if it's going to affect them, if it'd let me select that. Yeah, this rain may alter the session a little bit. See what Revit is doing. I've got light rain on the circuit. See what traction Revit gets out of the final corner. But this is a nightmare for Anthony Waddington, who's just started his flying lap and came out last as he has done all qualifying. Okay. Anthony Waddington, nice clean and tidy lap, if I can speak. But does look slow through the S's because of the amount of rain. See what time he does going into sector 2. It's a 57.5, it's about 3 tenths off what the front boys are doing. So see what else there is to get out of this lap. Final corner, rain coming down a bit harder now. He goes P9, obviously altered by the rain, which you can't help. As CL Padilla is backing out of his lap, he's going to abandon that flying lap. That was Callum actually. Callum's going to come into the pits as that's the end of his session due to the weather. See if his teammate will finish his flying lap. I don't think Ferrari's going to have enough for the Mercedes in the weather, which is a no as he comes into the pits. And the only person out on track are the bottom 3. See if Waddington carries on, as no, he comes into the pits. So does the McLaren. We'll see if anybody else decides to go for a flyer. As Revit comes into the pits, that is the full field into the pits due to the weather. And so your top 3 for qualifying are Snake on P1 in the Mercedes, P2 for Callum, and P3 for the sister Ferrari of C. Padilla. We've got 4th, we've got Ultimate Arrow, 5th we've got EK Sam, 6th we've got George Klatzer, 7th and 8th we've got 2 McLarens, and 9th we have the lone Alpha that made it into Q3, along with Anthony Waddington in P10 coming out too late, unfortunately, for Anthony Waddington. As the rain's starting to pour down on track at the moment. And that is it for Q3. Fastest lap was set by Snake with a 1:15.2, with a tenth between the top 3. This is going to be an interesting race. Ultimate Arrow though leading the midfield pack on P4 in the Toro Rosso, 1:15.8, only 6 tenths slower than Snake. As we're probably going to take a 5-minute break before we start the race, but the race does look like a very sunny one. So, 5-minute break and then we'll be back as 5 lights are away. Okay, so get it up on my phone. See if I can find. Okay, so TOTD had an announcement earlier on today about rules for next season. We'll do a quick rundown of a couple of them that are easy to do before the race starts. Corner cutting will be set to strict to next season. Assists, no braking assist will be allowed. ERS will be manual only. Pit entry exits will be off, so you're going to have to do those yourself. Race calendar. Every track in the calendar will be raced in order, including Monaco, which will be a fun one. Connection issues. The race will only be restarted should 10 or more drivers leave the race and be unable to rejoin, only if the race is less than 50% complete, if I can spit my words out. The race restart can be a shorter length, meaning if you was to do a 100% race or 50% race, it would be made a little bit shorter if you were a couple of laps in. Any decisions made will be at the discretion of the admin, so if there's any complaints, then contact your admins, which would be Telfie or Callum or a couple of the other guys, which I can't remember because I'm not a human Wikipedia. Reporting incidents. Incidents will continue to be reported to the allocated admins as per previous seasons. These incidents will be posted to the TOTD Facebook page along with a description. Parties involved and now with the recorded footage. Drivers can appeal with their description of events. Same usual stuff, the outcome being penalties, racing incident or successful appeals. Point system will change, meaning that anywhere that you start on track there will be a point for each position, as when we go from 4th place you only lose a point per position you go down from 4th, so first will be 25, second 21, third 19, fourth 17, and then the rest will be 16, 15 as you go down the grid. Fastest lap inside the top 10 would be a point. Fastest lap outside the top 10 would be 2 points. Pole equals a point. The 3 lowest results of every driver's season will now be... Let me have a look. Will now be deducted after the final race at the end of the season. These results can consider DNFs, kind of like you have in karting. You have drop rounds, so you can drop your worst races, missed races, and even championship point finishes if you choose so. If a driver is to miss 2 race weekends and also receive a DNF, these results will be deducted from their final results at the end of the season. Relating to what we was talking about a minute ago. Teams, transfers and contracts. We'll try and get this one read before we go. The next big change is regarding drivers, what team they drive for. All drivers, regardless of finishing 1st or 20th in the championship this season, will lose their seats after the Abu Dhabi race meeting, meaning all teams will have 2 seats to fill. Managers will have the choice who they sign for those teams. Anyone from the current roster, reserve drivers and elite league drivers are all eligible for a seat. Managers and drivers will be able to discuss and sign contracts for a team. We'll explain more in the contract soon, so that's more updates to come soon. Meaning no driver is guaranteed a seat heading into Season 3, so now is your time to shine and show the managers why you deserve your seat. And try and get this last one out of the way because I don't think anyone's ready up now. TOTD are introducing contracts for drivers for Season 3, thus removing the transfer window. You will be able to accept, decline and negotiate a contract offer from a manager. These contracts can be a length of 5 races, 10 races and 15 races long, meaning you'd have to select in your contract of a manager what you would propose to your racer if you wanted a 5 race contract, 10 race contract or 15 race contract or a full season. Give me 1 second here. Once a contract has been signed, neither the manager nor driver can break that contract. So negotiate your contract length carefully. If, for example, you sign a contract for 5 races, let me have a look, I've lost myself because I've got a message. 5 races that your team signed for. If you then want to change teams, you will need to negotiate a new contract with another team. If you want to stay at your current team, you will need to negotiate a new contract with your current manager as of real life you would. New contracts cannot be discussed until the driver is in their final week of the current contract. Some of the things in the contract can be driver number goals, and I don't know what's happened to this session, so let me go and find out. I think we might be having a restart. Let me see if I can sort this out. What's happening with this? Does anyone know what's happening with this? Alright, just making sure I get an invite, that's all. Alright mate, well I'm going to leave and jump back in my own party because I was in the middle of discussing the new rules. In a bit. Right. And we are back. So we are going to have a lobby restart for an update. Okay, so where was I? If you then want to change teams, you will need to negotiate a new contract with another team. If you want to stay at your current team, you will need to negotiate, and I've already gone over this like an idiot. Contract can be driver number and goals. If you fail to achieve the goals on the signed contract, your manager may choose to get another driver when your contract is up. This is all obvious stuff, but we will go over it. Again, make sure you negotiate your contract carefully. Write up a draft contract. Contracts for next season will go live after the USA GP, which is next race, if I think right. Yeah, USA. So as soon as the USA GP is over, drivers and managers can start sorting contracts for the next season of TOTD. And right. Any rule breaching regarding contract negotiations happening outside the previous mentioned times or any break of contract will result in punishment. You can find all the information on the TOTD Facebook group. If I've missed anything, you can all read it on there. And let me see if I can get back in this session as Michael has invited me. Attention to reserve drivers that don't currently have a full-time seat. F2 is coming to TOTD as a kind of a introduction like F2 is in real life before F1. So, if you are a newbie or an old-timer without a full-time seat for the new season, don't worry no more about not getting to race at the weekend. This season we are introducing TOTD Formula 2 League for all reserve drivers. Fancy yourself as Lando Norris? This is an excellent chance to make a name for yourself and prove your on-track ability to the ever-watching team managers. Although attendance isn't mandatory for this, it will be heavily in your favour if you do race when it comes to team managers reviewing for a new full-time driver. Keep an eye out on those pesky contracts. How will the F2 work? All reserve drivers are in one big pool, not assigned reserves to specific scenes. When called upon for F1, You will be assigned a team for that racing weekend. F2 league races will not take place at the same time as TOTD. The F1 TOTD is 8 PM GMT, mirroring the weekend calendar. F2 race format will be short qualifying by a 100% race and a sprint race and a 100% feature race. As these are shorter than F1 races, both events, including quali, should take a similar amount of time to the main league. Rules and restrictions will be the same as TOTD, same goes for the penalty and incidents. Standings will be kept in the same points as TOTD in the same layout, and updates posted on the usual platforms. This is where team managers will be tracking your potential. This is a trial based on success. Turn up and you and others have a race every weekend. Don't, and there may not even be a trial period after. There will no longer be an elite league. If I can spit my fucking words out. See if there's anything I've missed. No, I think that's about it, and now I need a drink. This is a trial based on success. Turn up and you and others have a race every weekend. Don't, and there may not even be a trial. There will no longer be an elite league. That's about it, and now I need a drink. Just waiting for the race to get underway. We've got a couple of people readied up already. And we've just had news from one of the admins that you will have 3 minutes once loaded into the session to sort your setups out and get all that good stuff sorted, ready for the race. And we're gonna load into the lobby, and then the 3 minute time period to sort setups is gonna be done. Obviously, if someone readies up before the admins, then probably result in some sort of penalty or ban or points or some sort of something. Says we've got 9 viewers. Could I get a hi in the chat before the race, please? Cause I'm feeling a bit lonely here. Right. And I'm trying to be funny and it don't work, so. Says we've got 9 viewers. Could I get a hi in the chat before the race, please? Give a shout out to Funworks1013, says hi, hello. Info from the officials, 2 minutes for setups remaining. That is 2 minutes remaining for setups before we are underway. A quick check, see if anybody else has said hello. We've got shout out to Cookies19, says howdy. And Funworks says, I am Callum's uncle, lol, if you didn't know. Didn't have a clue, mate, but from future reference, now do. So, hello, Callum's uncle. Cookies19 says, where did Callum quali? I think, if I can recall, P2 behind Snake on pole with the other Ferrari on third. Getting a bunch check of flags as we're about to go racing in Mexico. 3 seconds remaining. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 lights, and away we go for TOTD Mexico. We've got a great start from the Mercedes, but look at the Toro Rosso of Ultimate Arrow goes. He's fighting with Callum. See what Callum can do. Got too wide into first corner. Oh, nearly contact between. Oh, and the Ferrari of C. Padilla is off. As the two Toro Rossos are coming together. Check back on the top two. We've got Snake Hips and PK Callum with the other Ferrari in tow. We've got two Toro Rossos. And we've got Rubbernecker going around the outside, up on the inside. Can he complete the move? And he goes through. We've got contact though. That is a McLaren into 5th. We've got Joe Newman up to 7th. We've got Dean in 8th. George in 9th. Got the two Renaults running back to back as well. We've got Chaos at the back as per usual, but that's fine. Top 3 running all within a second of each other. As C. Padilla is swarming Callum on soft tyres. Followed by Anthony Waddington, Rubbernecker, Ultimate Arrow, Joe Newman and Dean in the Merc. Then we've got a gap to George Galazzo as Dean makes the move up to 6th, as there was some sort of damage between... I've got a clue. Here goes the two Williams side by side down the straight. We've got the Williams of Arrow 55 going past Kenzie. Can he make it stick? Yes, he makes it stick. Kenzie comes back up the inside, but it's not going to work there. We've got a battle for the top 3 still raging. Callum holding off his teammate on soft. Closely followed by Anthony Waddington and Rubbernecker. We've got Dean. And we've got the absolute queue behind DK Sam of his teammate in the Haas, the Red Bull and the Racing Point. We've got two Williams running P11 and 12, avoiding the carnage. Let's see what the front running battle looks like. Got Snake actually pulling out 9 tenths gap. He gained 4 tenths on that final lap, which I think is because the two Ferraris are going to begin having a bit of a squabble, as Snake Hip sets the fastest lap of a 120.1, trying his hardest to break DRS. Anthony Waddington, we've got Rubbernecker all over the back of Anthony Waddington, up the inside, and Rubbernecker goes through. Anthony Waddington drops down to 5th. Back around the outside goes Waddington, but there's contact, and that is where he will stay. Dean behind the two Hasses, as Nado Dan jumps the curb. A horrible start for the two Renaults. So the people that have pitted so far are, let me turn on my telemetry because I've forgotten again. Dean started P18 in P6. We've got Rubbernecker goes from P7 to P4, Waddington from P9 to P5. And the people that have pitted are the bottom 5. Go back to the top, see what the battle's looking like, and Snake Hips has pulled out 2.3 seconds on Callum. But the other Ferrari's all over the back of Callum. He's going to have DRS. This should be an easy move for the faster running Ferrari, as Callum does not fight it. And a 4-second gap from Callum. We've got Rubbernecker with Anthony Waddington and Dean. There goes a Haas on Dean, round the outside on softs. Oh, we got contact though. Dean's nearly round, but he keeps it. Dean's going to hold it around the outside. No, he isn't. Dean going to get the run on DRS. No, he's too far back. So, we've got the Williams of RO55 in 10th. Closely followed by Michael Booker in 11th. Oh, round the outside goes Gareth. Oh, the inside goes Nada down though. P13 to P11 in one corner. There goes Gareth. I think Michael Booker's got connection issues. Yeah, he has. As he's falling down the order. As CP Diller's giving chase to Snake. Callum's dropped to second, but it's obviously on the medium compounded tyre. Anthony Waddington, DK Sam, Dean, Robin Ecker. See if there's any close battles. Revik, two alphas are about to begin battle as DK Sam gains a place on Robin Ecker. Don't know what happened there, but the two alphas. Fast goes Revik. Gareth doesn't really fight it because he sees that his teammate is faster. Followed by Michael Booker. Michael Booker and the Williams make contact though. Williams should overtake Michael because I think he has disconnected. There goes a McLaren on Telfie. Up the inside. Through goes a McLaren, but no, Telfie fights back. And through is the McLaren. But Telfie comes straight back at him. Goes Telfie. Is he going to make the move stick? Oh, because the McLaren sends one up the inside, but he isn't going to make it stick. Is he going to get him on the cutback? Yes, he does. Brilliant battle between GK Phantom and Telfie as Telfie runs deep. Is Telfie going to keep it into here? No, he backs out of it. Sensible move from Telfie. Wait for the DRS down the main straight as we got George Klatzer on the hards off the track. Callum though has caught his Ferrari teammate as those softs are going to start falling off a cliff. 9/10, he's within DRS range, he's going to start catching him. But Mr. Snake Hips is pulling away by about 2 or 3 tenths a lap. Callum's out of DRS, but you can see how much his teammates struggling on the softs with understeer. As the fronts on the softs really take a hammering around this track. There's a Haas versus Anthony Waddington. EK Sam and Anthony Waddington going for the battle. EK Sam's got the run. Is he going to stick it round the outside? Yes, he does. Anthony Waddington doesn't really fight it. See, further down the field, we've got Ado Dan going up the inside of the Williams. Isn't going to make it stick. Followed by the fast-moving Alpha. Go back to EK Sam and Anthony Waddington. See what he's going to do. He's going to get him on the switchback. No, backs out of it last minute. See what this battle's got in store. There comes Dan. Is he going to lunge the Williams? Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's going to back out of it last minute. But here comes Rivik behind. Past the car in a straight line with DRS as a Renault. Is he going to make it stick though is the problem. As the Williams does fight it but gives up eventually. Rivik doesn't get enough of a good exit to make the move through there. But we have the other Alpha of Gareth catching. See where else through the field we've got battles. PK Callum goes into second as Snake has I don't know what's happened with Snake. I don't know what happened there, but I can't see any damage go on the outboard. He's got no wing damage or anything, so I don't have a clue what happened there, but on board with Anthony Waddington. He's going to go at the inside of EK Sam. Ooh, but Sam fights it. Here he goes. Is Anthony Waddington going to get him on the switchback though, as Revit goes up to P9, followed by Ruben Necker. Here goes Anthony Waddington, not close enough on that occasion, but EK Sam runs deep. Can I get him on the switchback for the next sequence of S's? Michael Booker's left the session, so is George Klatzer, both with probably internet connection issues. So was EK Sam and so have I. Disconnected host migration. See if we can join back quickly. So was EK Sam and so have I. Disconnected host migration. Yeah. Everyone's leaving again. Yeah. You want about me disconnected or? Oh, you're the other Jamie, aren't you? You're the other Jamie, aren't you? Is that why I'm confused? It don't matter. Right. I think we're gonna have a lobby restart, yeah. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to my stream, Michael. You run wanted. It's good racing, mate. Is this the new lobby that we're all in now then, or? Alright, we'll have a quick break from gonna have to love you and leave you, boys. Right, so we've got information from stewards that you're going to get 2 minutes for strategies again, and I presume it is a restart. So I don't know what order as of yet, I'll have to ask Callum. We've got the green light from Callum to go again, so should we get started in a few minutes? Callum has said once you get into the session you have 2 minutes for strategy this time, and just had through from one of the stewards, it'll be a full restart because of server issues. So I think whilst we're waiting for people's setups to be loaded and to get ready to go, we'll talk a bit more about the contract system, which I think is everybody's contract will be gotten rid of at the end of the season, and managers are gonna decide who is going to get blue seats and who more students, got 14 viewers, couldn't get a couple of highs in the chats. As to restart that one. 1 minute remaining for setups to be loaded before we go from the officials. Let's get some speaking going on in the chat room then, guys. We have 13 viewers, one being me. We have 14 viewers, someone is jumping. Through from the officials, the lobby is open for people to ready up now, as Callum readies up. So we've got 20 seconds until a full restart. Stewards just giving a quick warning for people to be careful into turn 1, which I'm pretty sure within 5 seconds of starting is going to go out the window, but we've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go for the Mexican GP restart. And we've got Callum gets a better start than he did last time, not getting swamped by Toro Rossos this time. Got on board with Callum, goes through as his teammate goes around the outside of him. Got CLP Dilla going around, here comes Callum again. People are all over the place, Haas is all over the back of Callum. As Callum runs deep and Haas goes through, so does the McLaren, but 3 wide! As Callum and Rubbernecker are roughing each other up, comes the Alpha of Revic into P6, so he got an awesome start. Followed by Nardo down. Callum got absolutely swamped into turn 4 then. 3 wide with a Haas and the McLaren of Rubbernecker. Rubbernecker will be happy with that, because then he doesn't have to catch up to Callum and get held by the Ferrari on mediums. Now we've got EK Sam all over the back of Callum. Can he get a better exit out of the next corner and out drag him to turn 1? Yes, he gets a better exit, but Callum's all over the place. But that Ferrari's going to power away in the straight line. Look at that Ferrari go. Here comes Callum on Rubbernecker around the outside. And he's through. Ferrari's too fast in the straight line for the McLaren. But now we've got the Haas all over the back of Rubbernecker. Here comes EK Sam. Is he going to get a run enough? Ferrari powered Haas. But Renault power is too quick. Here we've got Revic trying to close in on this battle. He's going to go for the switchback, but he don't get a good enough exit to get Rubbernecker. The Haas of EK Sam is swarming all over the back of Rubbernecker. Looks like Rubbernecker's struggling for pace as EK Sam goes deep and has to take avoiding action across the track. Tucks in front of Revic. Ferrari powered Haas doesn't seem to have a straight line speed against McLaren, but McLaren's holding its own, keeping with Callum. Let's see what the Haas can do. Haas runs deep though and has to downshift. He's not going to have a good enough exit. No. but see what else is happening. Got Ultimate Arrow catching Revic. Is he going to make a late lunge? Yes, he is. He's going to make the lunge. Is it going to work? Pushes the Alpha out wide, but it's not going to work. Revic says no. Straight line speed of Ultimate Arrow's car is ridiculous on that Toro Rosso. In front though, we've got Sam and Rubbernecker goes wide, but Sam is swarming all over the back of him. Got a Q forming behind Rubbernecker, who doesn't seem to have the pace on the soft. ZK Sam got a good enough run to get him down. As he goes into the wall, both of them go into the wall. Is that front wing damage? Yes, it is for EK Sam. Sorry for the delay as I had something to do. But here comes the Toro Rosso around the Alpha and the McLaren. Here he goes. Got Sam on his own up the road, but here comes Revic. Rubbernecker runs deep. Here goes Revic around the outside. That was brave. Here comes the Renault. Back momentarily. And the Alpha is all over the back of Rubbernecker. Rubbernecker seems to be falling through the pack with a lack of pace today, as Ultimate Arrow is pulling out a second gap already, breaking DRS. Revic tried going around the outside there. That shows how much that McLaren. As the field starts to spread out a bit on lap 5 of 71. There goes, but oh, GK Phantom there runs into the back, goes Nardo down. See what the fight at the front looks like. 1.7 seconds is only the gap between Padilla, but is the Ferrari going to be able to get close enough to make a move down the main straight? Is that gonna happen? Makes a mistake there, Padilla, so he might not be within DRS, but yep, 7/10, so he is. Let's see how fast the Ferrari really is in a straight line with DRS. No, not going to get it from there that time, but is he going to be able to get in for the next DRS though? No, not going to be able to get it through there either. But Callum's going to be loving this, watching the top two fight for position, thinking about taking his mediums. There it goes. CP Dilla's closing on Snake as CP Dilla makes a mistake. But he's within half a second of him. If he can close enough, you can see him using all that ARS, but He's only got 15% ERS, whilst the Mercedes has 85, so he's going to be running overtake all the way down the straight, but the Ferrari isn't going to be able to. This is a problem. The ERS management from C. Padilla isn't looking great at this moment in time. This is going to really hinder him. It's not the fact of having DRS, but he is going to run out of ERS before turn 1, I think. He goes round the outside, but is he going to make it? Goes for the switchback underneath. Makes contact and pushes the Mercedes off a little bit. But that is him through, but he has no ERS and the Mercedes does, so can the Mercedes fight back with a lunge? No. Because Snake thinks wiser of it. So let's see how vulnerable that Ferrari in the lead is going to be with the low ERS that it's running. He's currently running hot lap through sector 2, which is bizarre because he's going to run out for the pit straight. But if he can pull enough of a gap to break the DRS, which is 8 tenths at the moment, let's see how much ERS he's got. 15%, that's less than he had last time, so he's going to run out before the end of the pit straight. This isn't good. Look at that Mercedes close, but they've got traffic in Kenzie Retro. This ought to be interesting, because they're coming up on the Williams, but surprisingly the Mercedes is too far back. But here comes Callum on the mediums. Look at the braking distance of Callum. Those softs are going to start eating themselves, but here comes the Mercedes. 9% ERS, is giving it in high. There goes the Mercedes, switch back to the left, down the inside. Is he going to be able to outbrake him? No. Yep, that is, nope, back up the inside, make contact. Here comes Callum. Callum on the mediums will be absolutely laughing at this point, because he's got his slowest stint out the way nearly, and he's kept up with the leaders, so this ought to be interesting. But here comes traffic. Snake Hips has got to deal with Kenzie Retro, which may help him in a way by giving him DRS to save some errs into the pit straight. But is Kenzie going to be moving out the way before the pit straight? It doesn't look like it's so far. No, Kenzie isn't going to move. Is Kenzie going to pull out the way? Does Kenzie even know he's there? Yeah, he does. He lets the leader go back. What is Kenzie doing? As Kenzie lets the top 3 go, but here comes CP Dilla in the Ferrari. He's going to fight back with virtually no ERS. Through goes the Ferrari. Contact, here comes Callum. Contact. Here comes Callum, he's got the exit. Is Callum going to be able to get through on the Mercedes? Yes, he does on mediums. The only opponent Callum's got now is his own teammate. Oh, but CP Dilla is running wide. Those softs will be screaming as of far. But it has just extended the gap by 4 tenths. Is some clean air what CP Dilla needs in the Ferrari? But the Merc is on the back of Callum, but can Callum keep him off? You can see how much more grip through sector 2. Here comes the Merc of Snake. Here he comes. Outbreaks Callum by a mile, but is he going to run deep? Here comes Callum on the switchback. No. Callum's going to bide his time, save some ERS down the straight. But the Mercedes has 100% ERS. We are seeing a ERS management masterclass from Snake here. There goes Snake down the straight. I think the Ferrari's going to be too far back for him, but he is pulling. Pulling, 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 pulling. Here goes Callum. But the Mercedes, again, with the softs, has that stopping power. Here goes Callum on the switchback. He's going to get a good enough exit. There he goes. That is overtaking distance, but Snake puts everything into high and he's going to be 2 back, and Callum's wise of it. But runs deep goes Snake. The front two. Here goes Callum on the undercut. Is he going to get him? He's going to force him out wide for this next corner and make him give the position up. Which the Mercedes does because Callum has a good enough exit. Next opponent, teammate Ferrari. But C. Padilla has pulled out a gap of 2.8 whilst second and third place have been fighting. But here comes Snake Hips again. Are we going to see an identical move? I think he's too far back this time. He's going to make a look to put Callum under pressure. Gets a bad bump over the curb, which Callum doesn't, showing Callum's consistency as usual. Here comes Snake, but he hasn't got a very good exit there, so we're going to go back to Anthony Waddington. Kenzie Retro is getting overtaken by the rest of the field, having a nightmare. Kenzie, he hasn't had a break recently. Here comes the Mercedes. Is he going to look? No, he thinks wiser to it. Is he going to try it in the next DRS zone? But he doesn't have a very good exit. No, that's going to be too far back, I think. But no, Callum isn't fighting it. But they make contact on the front left wheel, front right wheel, I should say. Here comes Callum. Up the inside. Is he going to do it? The Mercedes runs deep. What's Callum going to do? He tries it, but he's too squeezed to get a good exit. Here comes Callum, right, left, and right again. You can see the Mercedes moving through the fast corners. The grip is falling away on those softs. Going to go back to a couple of the midfield battles as we've got Rubbernecker all over Waddington. But we've got yellow flag for sector 2, who could that be? Oh, we've got a Haas round of Krusty Clown. What's happened there? Where goes his teammate EK Sam. EK Sam must have had a bad start because he did qualify in Q3 that I know of. Other than that, there's not really any midfield battles. CP Dilla, 4 seconds the gap to Snake. And Callum is keeping with Snake on the mediums. So let's go to some midfield battles for the time being, which... Here is Joe Newman lapping Kenzie Retro. Again, we've got Anthony Waddington versus Rubbernecker. Just out of DRS, but he does get it, running low ERS. Some people are caught falling victim to the ERS saving around this track. But here comes the Red Bull of Captain Crunch. Here's Telfie, who is closing in on the Renault of George Collatzer. I'm going to go back to the front battle and see what's going on there. Once again, Callum trying to keep with the Mercedes of Snake to make his strategy work, but look at the Mercedes fly out of the corner. Doesn't give Callum DRS because of it. So the Mercedes has officially broken DRS. There's a battle between Waddington and Rubbernecker again. I think he's going to be within DRS, but is he going to be close enough on exit? Because Waddington gets an absolutely brilliant exit. Is he going to be close enough? I don't think so. Here comes Telfie on the Williams. The Williams just struggling with the overall pace, well, because it's a Williams. And, yeah. That's Telfie through on the softs. Rubbernecker is closing, but he doesn't. He has 60% less ERS than Anthony Waddington does. Rubbernecker, the only person that has lost positions as so far in the top 10, other than the front 3. But the gap is coming down between Snake and the Ferrari. So we're going to go back to a couple more battles, see if there's any more. Is Rubenaka going to be close enough this time? He's within the second, but don't think he's going to be close enough again. No, he isn't. But here comes the Renault. What can the Renault do? There is a 4-car train, and that's a corner cut for me, Sam. We've got Telfi, DRS in front, we've got George Klatzer. Got 5 cars running really close. EK Sam's looking to put Telfi under pressure, which makes him run deep. Telfi is obviously in his mirrors with EK Sam. The front 3 battle has stabilised, so we've got a bit more time to watch the midfield battles. EK Sam runs deep, but here comes Telfi. Here comes EK Sam. That's a bit of a corner cut. That's a bit cheeky from Sam, but if the game don't give it him, it must be okay. Oh, George Klatzer goes deep. George Klatzer's into the wall. He's lost his front wing. Mistake from George Klatzer. Runs too deep, trying to outbrake him on old softs, and he pays the price. We've got this battle ahead. I don't think any of them are really close enough to each other to overtake, other than the Haas on the Williams. Is he going to be close enough? He is gaining. I'd go for that lunge. Yep. Around the outside. EK Sam around the outside of turn 1 of the Williams. Granted, it is a Williams, but it is a good move as well. Is the Williams going to fight back? No, he's dropping behind. Here comes Telfi on the Williams. The Williams is starting to show its tyre management, and it is not looking good. As you can see it there, he's just running deep all over the place. See what Telfi's going to do. See if there's any other battles across the midfield, which I don't think there is. Yeah. Is Rubenaka finally going to be able to get through on Anthony Waddington? Looks like he struggles with this last sector because he loses all the time that he gains in the first 2 sectors. But is he going to be close enough? He does look close enough this time with DRS. Here he's going to go. Got a message. Here he goes. There goes on. Here he goes. Is he going to get it done? Ooh, side by side between Anthony Waddington. Rubenaka goes through, but Anthony Waddington goes around the outside. He just drives around the outside of the McLaren, but the McLaren comes back with DRS. Is he going to be able to make this move stick? Yeah, yes he is. But is Anthony Waddington going to be able to reply with a switch back into the next section of turns? Telfi joins the bandwagon. As I've got a message from Wallace Cookie. Yes, he is, but is Anthony Waddington going to be able to reply with a switch back into the next section of turn? Telfi joins the bandwagon. As I've got a message from I'm going to quickly restart the stream because apparently it has gone down.